Hey guys, what's cracking? It's Krakenation here. I'm coming at you guys with I keep saying it's not all about me. We are coming at you, me and Daniel here, with the next installment of the DATAMINE analysis for the DLC Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. So we're going to get into Gen 4 today, the Sinnoh region. Got some exciting stuff to take a look at. But what I do want to tell you guys is if you want to stay up to date with everything that I'm doing, make sure to click on that subscribe button. Like this video if you are enjoying this content, guys. And another thing that I recently learned, if you want to go ahead and click the notification button, that's that little bell icon down below. If you click that, you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. And you will also be helping me out a lot because that is apparently very helpful for the YouTube algorithm. So if you're a fan of this channel and want to do all that, I would love you forever. But, enough of that. Enough of the salesmanship, right? So let's go ahead. Dan, you want to say a few words, or before we get into it, go ahead.
Just that I keep pouring my heart into this series with you, and you never introduced me.
Yeah, dude, I am so sorry. Like
you cut me deep. You cut me deep every intro. I'm sitting here waiting.
I'm a piece of trash, dude. Honestly.
Nah, I'm kidding. I love you. I'm happy to be here. Let's get cracking.
Alrighty. So Luxray, the first Pokemon on the board.
Sort of got. I know how much you love Boltund. He kind of got a bit of a Boltund feel now.
Yeah, but he does, but it's like distinctly worse because
he's just slower, and I mean it's got a higher attack stat, but it doesn't have that.
Intimidate's a cool ability, but you'd rather have Strong Jaw for all like things like Psychic Fang. Play Rough is cool, but it's so slow.
Yeah.
Luxray is one of those Pokemon that I feel like just like design A1. Sweet looking Pokemon. I remember when I played Diamond and Pearl, I was like, wow, this Pokemon is sick. And
yeah,
like,
look at those things.
It looks awesome. In the competitive play, it's just absolute garbage. And I don't think any of these moves, maybe Agility is cool. I don't know if it already got something like Agility, but Agility could be cool actually.
Yeah, I was going to say Agility. I mean, it's got Electro Ball, but I don't know if you want to use that special
Yeah, I don't
attack.
think so. I think you're just going to, I mean, it is a mixed attacker to be fair, but I think overall you're just going to run like your Crunch, your I don't know what else.
Yeah, if this thing got a physical electric move that wasn't Wild Charge, that'd be so nice.
That's kind of like the bane of all electric type physical attackers. Like they
especially because he likes to be guts with Flame Orb, so you're just killing yourself with Flame Orb and Wild Charge, and just it's rough.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty, so moving on here, we got Wormadam.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to talk about Wormadam.
Yeah, I don't think so. Lopunny's a big one though. Lopunny got a lot of moves, guys.
Oh.
Most of these moves, Mega Lopunny is going to be the main beneficiary. Regular Lopunny is kind of booty and doesn't really do like actually anything, like at all. I can't think of one good thing that regular Lopunny does. Like its offensive stats are so bad. But if you want to talk about,
I think it runs like Switcheroo Healing Wish or something.
Yeah, so that's basically already terrible. Just run Smirgle if you're gonna run stuff like that. But it does get a lot of good moves for its Mega Form. U-turn is huge. First of all, huge buff. Because when bulky Psychics come in, or like a bulky Water or bulky Grass, things that try to take you on, what do? You turn on out of there. That's amazing for it. Really nice, really big buff.
And it has a move that isn't High Jump Kick now.
Yeah, and then that's the other really, really big one here. Is Close Combat is amazing for it because now you're never gonna. You will never run High Jump Kick on this thing again. You will only ever run Close Combat because you're already pretty frail, so you're already not taking attacks. But you don't really care about the drops. But now you're not gonna lose games because High Jump Kick missed on the last turn of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And so High Jump Kick obviously does offer a lot of power. Like over this, or only 10 actually. That's not even that much. Oh my god! Wow, that is so much better.
Yeah, you
don't
worry about lowering your stats because you're faster than
exactly. So, and then also another move here that I want to talk about is Play Rough, which is niche but helpful. Could be helpful for sure if you needed a move to hit because it did lose return in this generation, which is rough for it.
Yeah.
Its go-to. What's its go-to physical normal move now?
I was gonna say, what is Mega Punch? Is that a charging move?
Like, is Mega Punch, what's its
Oh,
best?
No, it's not a charging move, but it's base 80 and has 85% accuracy, which doesn't...
That's pretty rough. Strength. Your go-to move is now Strength for physical normal moves, which is rough.
Yeah.
So, what it lost, I think it made up for more, like, it's net positive in this generation if you are playing in a format that allows Megas. Mega Lopunny is a net positive with play rough, close combat, and U-turn, those last two especially. But overall, not maybe as massive as it could have been because it did lose return. I don't know why they removed return.
Yeah, it seems kind of odd.
A lot of Pokemon are like just really, really sad about it. Like most normal types are just kind of crying themselves to sleep now.
Yeah. Poor Snorlax.
And it gets Assurance now, but you're never going to use that because you're faster than everything.
Yeah.
So,
an Aura Sphere for special Mega Lopunny.
Which I don't think you should ever be, but... Sorry.
What? Right,
alrighty. So, we've got Miss Magius with Fake Tears. I don't think that matters.
That lowers attack, right?
Yeah. But you're
but
it's still, I mean, that's even more useless.
Yeah, never mind. That's even worse.
Like, just click Nasty Plot instead of lowering your opponent's death.
Yeah.
Murkrow and Honchkrow get Air Slash. Honchkrow also gets Hurricane. That's pretty cool. Honchkrow was like a pretty good wall breaker, mixed wall breaker usually. But it's really slow. So that kind of makes it struggle. It does have like Super Luck and Moxie, which are both pretty cool. So you can run like Sucker Punch and stuff. But again, that's a physical set. But now it does get good special flying moves. So you can run Dark Pulse because it had that, I'm pretty sure. No, it does. Yeah, it does. It has Dark Pulse. It has Shadow Ball. And Heat Wave and Nasty Plot. Ooh, it doesn't. It makes sense. It looks like it's plotting something nasty. It looks
like it's brewing some horrific plans over there.
So I definitely like Honchkrow, but I still think the problems and Heavy Duty Boots again also a pretty big buff to it because it is really frail, so that's pretty nice for it. But on the other side, like that speed stat's still going to be killing you. You're going to be so reliant on Sucker Punch to do things.
Yeah.
And that means you're not really going to run special that often.
Right. I do still think it has some nice utility, like Thunder Wave and Taunt and Tailwind and stuff.
Oh, I didn't even know it got Thunder Wave. That's pretty cool. Wow, look at that.
I think it's an all-around interesting Pokemon. You can bring physical or special or some sort of weird...
Yeah, I mean, good mixed attacker. I like Honchkrow. It's really good on like bird spam teams. As like a really good priority user, because a lot of bird spam teams don't have good priority mons, because there's no flying priority move. So Honchkrow can be your go-to for like a bird spam team as like a cleaner in the late game with Moxie, Sucker Punch, and that can be really, really effective. So I like that. Yeah, I like that. Alrighty, let's move on. Spiritomb gets Hex and Phantom Force. Hex is not bad for Spiritomb, although I feel like it definitely had that before, right? Am I crazy? No, wow, it didn't.
Weird that it didn't.
Yeah, because it's a Pokemon that does, like, its main way to usually do damage is either foul play or, like, status, I feel like.
Yeah, this thing looks like a walking curse. It's definitely putting hexes on somebody.
Yeah, no, and I think the Hex is pretty good for it. Like, a lot of sets will run either Will-O-Wisp or Toxic, or sometimes even both. So Hex could just automatically take over the spot where Shadow Ball previously was in most Spiritomb sets. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, wow, this thing gets weird setup too. It's got like Calm Mind and Nasty Plot.
Yeah, it's got some stuff. It's got Calm Mind, Nasty Plot. It doesn't get any physical boosting move, but it already had those. The problem with it slightly also though is it really wishes it got like Swords Dance or something, because it gets Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch, which are both stab priority moves that help you mitigate that awful speed stat, and then can't really boost its honestly usable physical attack stat, but just can't boost it.
Yeah.
So it's left in this kind of like weird pickle where like you can boost your special stat, but you're really slow and you like, I don't know, you get worn down really easily because you're relying on Pain Split for recovery.
Right.
Or you just run like a weird status-y set with like Toxic. But then Hex fits on that set. Phantom Force overall though, I don't think you're ever gonna run. I don't know if this thing gets Shadow Claw though. It might be your only physical ghost move. Yeah, Phantom Force is now your physical ghost move of choice if you were running a physical Spiritomb and you weren't just clicking Shadow Sneak. I don't know. That's something.
It is an interesting Pokemon. It's got some good defensive stats, and that's a really nice typing because it's only weak.
Great typing, yeah. Really cool typing. 3 immunities is really nice. Lots of cool resistances.
Yeah, what a funny little Pokemon.
It is. It's interesting. This one breaks my heart, people. This one breaks my heart. Garchomp did not get Dragon Danced. Everything else every other dragon-looking thing gets Dragon Dance. My boy Garchomp was yet again disrespected and not given the move that it so desperately requires. Like, Dragon Dance Garchomp would be a dream come true.
Yeah, at this point, they're just trying to make Flygon feel good about himself.
Yeah, well, I think that probably exactly correct. Breaking Swipe, I guess if you're playing, I don't know, useless. You're a Garchomp. You can run Outrage. You can run Dragon Claw.
Yeah. Maybe if you're bulky, you would like lowering their attack, but I don't think.
Yeah, I think you'd rather just run the 80 base power Dragon Claw, or if you're really looking for power, you've got Outrage. Honestly, you've got stuff like Dragon Rush, which is something I was surprised people didn't run more often. I guess they hate missing.
Yeah, just because I know I'm gonna miss every time I run it.
But I always thought it was a potentially cool move because you don't have to lock yourself in like Outrage, and it's also got that flinch chance. But yeah, you're gonna miss before you flinch. So, like, statistically speaking, you're gonna miss before you flinch anyone. So. Anyways, yeah, so Garchomp doesn't get much. Still obviously a great Pokemon. Still probably one of my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time, personally. I love Garchomp, but
for sure.
Just a heartbreaking tale where it just gets disrespected and skipped. They don't give it Dragon Dance generation after generation.
Yeah, feels bad. Garchomp patiently waiting.
No love, man. All right, so Abomasnow with Swift, very viable.
Yeah, what else is there?
Magnezone with Body Press is kind of cool because actually that's very cool because it lets you hit Steel types, which losing Hidden Power was really rough for Magnezone because you trap things with your trap Steel types, but then you can't actually hit them that well. So it's like,
actually, yeah, wow, that's great.
Body Press is big for it. And yeah, Magnezone's got a good defense stat to use it. There's times where honestly, like a lot of Steel types tend to be physically defensive. So there's times where Thunderbolt might still hit just harder, honestly.
Right.
But Body Press is definitely like something like a Ferrothorn, which Magnezone is used to trap very often in Days of Old. That's like the number one Pokemon, Magnezone and Skarmory. Oh, sorry, Magnezone used to trap Skarmory and Ferrothorn like over anything else in the game. Yeah. And Body Press would have been very useful for that time because now you have a move to hit Ferrothorn again.
Yeah.
Because you lost in Part Fire. So yeah, something to think about. I definitely think that's something. And it's a better beneficiary than a lot of Pokemon getting Body Press.
Right.
Tangrowth with, I guess, Solar Blade. Does Tangrowth get Chlorophyll?
I was just about to look that up.
It does. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Your Chlorophyll Tangrowth, in case you weren't running Regenerator, your Chlorophyll Tangrowth set's just got a crazy physical grass move.
It does have base 50 speed, though.
It also already got Power Whip, so like it's not as big of a buff as you may have hoped. It's just now you won't worry about missing, but Solar Blade is something, I guess, because it was a Chlorophyll Mom, but you probably still aren't running that.
Yeah, maybe once in a while you get a surprise Sun Sweeper, but pretty sure you would almost always rather just put a bulky Tangrowth on your team.
Yeah, I agree. Just like an Assault Vest or a Leftovers or something.
This thing is fat.
Yeah, it's a good Pokemon. It's a really good Assault Vest user, which is interesting because it's got that low special defense stat, but you just invest in it and you run Assault Vest, and then it's just like a fat Mon that just keeps coming in.
Yeah.
Regenerator is probably one of the best abilities in the game.
Yeah.
So.
Can say that again.
We got Licky Licky and Lickitung. Both got Body Press, Self-Destruct. Kind of cool.
Wait, that's a stab self-destruct.
Yeah,
Wait
dude.
a minute.
Unfortunately, your attack stat's not great, but it's honestly not trash. It also already got Explosion, so which is just better. It also already got Surf, but you have a stronger move you want to click it. Body Press is kind of cool though, because Licky Lickies oftentimes run either especially or physically defensive. So if you're physically defensive, it's a good move to hit a good move to hit Steel types if you weren't already hitting them with Earthquake. But you might hit them harder with Body Press, to be fair, you know.
Yeah. Cool.
Just a nice little buff there. Electivire and Magmortar, interestingly, both get Weather Ball.
Yeah, they're just giving away Weather Ball.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Electivire then, I guess, instantly becomes an option on our Rain team, you know, which is pretty nice because Electivire is an awful Pokemon, to be honest. It can't hit ground types. I mean, Ice Punch, I guess, but if you're running Special Electivire, like, it's not perfect, but it is definitely an option. You can now run Weather Ball with that Rain support to hit those ground types.
Yeah. Yeah, still waiting for Grass Punch.
The legendary Grass Punch. Although I guess Darkest Lariat though, kind of cool for it. Honestly, it's your best Dark move now.
Yeah.
It's your best move to hit Psychic types, your best move to hit Ghost types. So that's absolutely a consideration in a lot of formats, I think, for Electivire.
Yeah, sounds great. And Mystical Fire on Magmortar is really cool too.
Definitely an option. I don't know if you'd run it over Fire Blast.
Yeah, basically only if you're getting tired of missing your moves and you don't want to run
Flamethrower. Like
yeah, now that I think about it, maybe it's not that cool.
Mystical Fire is a good move. It's nice that it lowers your opponent's special attacks at every time. So that's kind of nichely useful. And honestly, there's like, if you're in a draft format where you know something's coming that you need to lower special attack, that could be a consideration for sure. But overall, I think Flamethrower, Fire Blast are still your go-tos. I like Magmortar, dude. I've always been a big fan of it. I think it's like got a weirdly amazing move pool. I don't know.
I know it's got Focus Blast. I know because I miss it every time I play it.
Okay, this is a big one. I put this pretty high up on my list. Gliscor gets Power Whip to hit those water types that will always try to beat it. That's pretty big.
Wait a minute, you skipping my boy Yan Mega with Swords
Oh
Dance?
my goodness, I skipped the other OG Mega. My bad. Yan Mega with Swords Dance. I don't think that's much to talk about, unfortunately. That's why I skipped it. No, I'm just kidding. I skipped it because I'm dumb. It's not.
Whatever.
It doesn't have a great physical attack stat.
Yeah.
Although it does have some moves. Like it has like Leech Life, Night Slash, Quick Attack. I don't know. You'd still rather be running like Tinted Lens or Speed Boost and just special attacking.
Yeah. Agreed. But it's cool.
Gligar and Gliscor, I should say, both got Power Whip to hit water types, which is pretty nice for them both.
Yeah, and Gliscor, so you see Gliscor and you just assume it's going to be an annoying tank with Poison Heal, but this thing, now with access to these coverage moves and stuff like Swords Dance and Agility already, I feel like Gliscor, if your opponent's not ready for it, like this thing can tear.
Absolutely.
It's got a good attack stat, and it's already pretty fast.
I think a set that just gets slept on is you run bulky, like you run max HP, max special defense or defense or something, you run Poison Heal, so you're bulky, and then you run Roost, Swords Dance, 2 attacks.
Yeah.
And you just start chomping away at stuff. And whether one of those, or you can just run like, sometimes you don't even need to run Roost because you've got so much recovery from your ability.
Right.
And you can run a move like Power Up along with maybe like Edge Quake coverage or something. And all of a sudden, those water types that you maybe were those bulky waters like Milotic and Suicune or whatever that were your big answers are no longer your answers.
Yeah.
So it's a big buff. Psychic Fangs also maybe niche useful. It lets you hit something like Venusaur maybe. Like Mega Venu or something could be an issue for Gliscor in the past because you don't really have a good flying move.
True, like bulky poisons that aren't weak to Earthquake.
Exactly, that's what comes to mind. So like the Venus, the Roserades of the world, things like that.
Yeah.
So not useless, just probably Power Up's the main one there. That's worth mentioning.
Yes.
Probopass, a Pokemon that I think is underrated as hell. Honestly, I think this Pokemon's super underrated. But it's got Self-Destruct, I guess. I think it already had Explosion. I'm not sure.
Yeah, wouldn't maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does.
Bummer. Heavy Slam may be kind of cool for it, honestly. Probably your best steel move at this point.
That nose is enormous.
I always love how it had a mustache. Like, where does that come from? Like, this rock just grows fur.
Also seems random that he gets Future Sight.
I don't know. He's like he floats and stuff, you know. So like, I always thought it was like more like a magnetic thing because he's got magnet pull and stuff. But maybe that's why. I can't explain it.
Yes.
Like he somehow has like magnetic psychic power stuff going on. I don't know.
All right, fair.
But other than that, I guess Future Sight, is a consideration. Body Press, honestly, it's got a great defense stat, so Body Press is really good on this thing.
Yeah, it's sort of because it gets Magnet Pull, right?
Yeah, that's honestly awesome, actually. Why don't we realize that for Magnezone and not for this guy?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like the same thing you just said for Magnezone.
But even better, because you've got a better defense stat, and you don't have a good offensive stat, so it's like opportunity cost yourself with. Like, you just rather be running Body Press because it's going to hit so much harder than your actual attacking moves.
Right. Plus you get Rocks and Volt Switch and a bunch of weird moves. this Pokemon's pretty cool.
I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Moving on to the Lake Trio. These guys all got a lot of moves.
Yeah, geez, what the heck?
We're gonna have to do there's a lot here. Starting off, I kind of want to do all three at the same time. Maybe not. Maybe just start with Uxie. Uxie gets Drain Punch. That's pretty nice for it because it didn't have recovery, but it is a pretty bulky Pokemon with with a low HP stat to boot. So your attack set's kind of lackluster, obviously, but you could run maybe a Power Up Punch, Drain Punch set or something.
Yeah, I'm sure you can hit Dark types now.
And then get some healing back, which is nice. Draining Kiss is a fairy move that gives you some recovery as well, which is nice. You had Dazzling Gleam already, but if you wanted to run Draining Kiss now, you could. Baton Pass.
Open up options for like a bulky setup.
Exactly.
Drain Punch or Draining Kiss, yeah.
Exactly. Bulk Up. Baton Pass. Sorry, wow. Baton Pass is kind of nice too. It already had U-Turn, but if you wanted to pass some stats and you're in a format that allows it, could be nice. Because this thing gets now Calm Mind and notably also gets Nasty Plot. So it's kind of cool because you can maybe Nasty Plot into something that's really fast. I'm imagining in Smogon in RU or something, or NU or wherever these Pokemon live, maybe you could run a bulky Nasty Plot Baton Pass set into your Scarf Swallow or something and start clicking Boom Bursts. And Scarf Swallow is probably going to outspeed everything. So now with a Nasty Plot boost, you're hitting hard as crap. So you're gonna so just an idea, Uxie's a really good example of a Pokemon that could probably viably Nasty Plot Baton Pass.
Yeah.
Stored Power also very potentially cool on it because you can run Calm Minds and stuff.
Yeah, I'm really liking the
Cruxie. Croaxie.
Cruxie, yeah.
If your opponent doesn't have a Dark type, Stored Power, Calm Mind, Rest, Sleep Talk could just be really good.
Yeah, but you also now can run Draining Kiss for those Dark types. And
that's true. That's true too. Yeah, absolutely. You could even run maybe a Chesto Resto set, So you go Rest, Chesto Berry, and then you have Draining Kiss, Calm Mind, Stored Power.
Yeah.
That's I guess that's kind of struggled with Steel types, but eventually that's what's cool about Stored Power is you set up enough times and eventually it doesn't matter what you are.
Yeah, unless you're a Dark type, it don't matter.
Yeah, so I really potentially like that set. And then Play Rough too is also very cool. Not as much on Uxie, but maybe more on the other two. But yeah. Play Rough, the other two have more physical attacks, so maybe it's better on those. But I do think that's a consideration. Hits Dragon types. I think it's your best move to hit Dragon types now. Alright, so moving on, we got Mesprit here with all the same moves. Now, I guess we can kind of just everything we just said for Uxie holds true for Mesprit. I think a Crow Uxie set, the Stored Power sets are probably a little better on Uxie.
Yeah.
Just 'cause it's made to be fatter. But that said,
maybe if this thing got bulk up or something.
But that said, I definitely think Mesprit is a little more offensive, so it could maybe benefit more from something like Nasty Plot on its own a little bit more.
Yeah.
And Play Rough as well. Mesprit's definitely actually a pretty big beneficiary here because it's kind of the middle ground between Azelf and Uxie, where it's got bulk and it's got power. What's interesting, I always thought about Mesprit was it's somehow isn't it the slowest of the three?
I believe.
Yeah, it's by far the slowest of the three. But yeah, cool stuff overall. And then finally Azelf, getting some cool stuff as well. Azelf's always been my personal favorite of the three. It already had Explosion, so Self-Destruct, not a big deal.
Oh, and it already got Nasty Plot, yeah.
It already had Nasty Plot, yeah. But Play Rough is, I think, maybe Azelf is the biggest beneficiary of Play Rough. Because Azelf's got that 125 attack stat.
Yeah.
So Azelf loves Play Rough. After that, and Drain Punch too, honestly. It didn't have a good fighting. It doesn't have a good fighting move. It always had to run Hidden Power Fighting. So a physical Azelf got a really huge buff here, actually. Yeah, massive buff to physical Azelf.
Not bad.
Because it kind of struggled to beat Steel types when you were running physical sets. Because it doesn't, I had, I think Fire Punch, but Drain Punch now is strictly a better option because it gives you some recovery against Steel types. I like that.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't realize these things just sort of rotate their stats around. They're like baby Deoxys.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Um, they're cool. I like them a lot.
Hmm.
I think they're all like underratedly versatile and just powerful Pokemon.
Yeah, look at those tails.
Yeah, I always like this trio a lot. Anyways, Dialga with Body Press, I guess, is pretty big, and also Heavy Slam's also decent.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Sadly, I don't play a lot of Ubers, but these Pokemon are some big boys.
Yeah, Heavy Slam is bound to be hitting pretty hard from this thing, as is Body Press. I guess the same thing could be said for Palkia, although Palkia's Heavy Slam obviously not doing nearly as much.
Right.
Yeah, overall, actually, Body Press is better. Like, both of those two moves are better on Dialga because it's got higher defenses and it's got actual Steel typing. And then the other two moves are kind of useless on both of them anyways.
Yeah, Steel Dragon is so cool.
Steel Dragon is such a cool typing. It's like, yeah, I agree, absolutely, such a cool typing. These Pokemon are banned in most formats anyways, so it doesn't matter a ton. But if you are in a format that bans them, Palkia in the past has been better than Dialga, because it got Spatial Rend and a really cool typing. As far as Water Dragon only having two weaknesses.
That's another really cool typing too.
Yeah. It's a really tough typing because it's got a lot of resistances, but only 2 weaknesses. Steel Dragon, kind of same boat. A lot of resistances. It's weak to ground, fighting, and that's it, I think. Just 2 really cool typings, honestly. Yeah. All right, moving on. We got Heatran. Body Press on Heatran, also definitely not consideration. Heatran can be pretty bulky, but you don't really struggle to beat Steel types. You don't really struggle to beat like Ice types.
Yeah, I think you got those. Those are the 2 things you can handle.
So, overall, probably not the most necessary move on Heatran, but a consideration. The other moves, Self-Destruct, I guess maybe. If you want to blow all your Pokemon up, it's easier. It's easier now. It's easier than ever. Yeah, this is a big one actually. Regigigas with Rest. I think it got. That's a really big one.
Dude, it got Protect. This thing is gonna
Rest,
be nuts.
Protect. Yeah, it's actually. I mean, the problem with Regigigas is always like by the time you've not died for like the first 3 turns you're in the game, like how much are you still doing? But it's got more moves, like things like Darkest Lair. It could be cool. I don't know anything about its actual move pool offensively once it's like already there.
I'm pretty sure this thing is scary. It's got like any coverage move it could want.
Yeah, you're right. Wow. I mean, rest is cool. Rest, Protect, just run those 2 moves, and then like Earthquake. Unfortunately, it lost Return.
Oh yeah, whoops.
It lost its best stab move. I think its best move to run. I mean, let's find out real quick. What's its best normal type physical attack?
Giga Impact.
Yeah, you're running Strength, or maybe Facade.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Facade could be nice because burning you would be like the one way to. Oh well, if you're running Rest. Wait a minute. Rest, Sleep Talk with Facade. So
Unfortunately, Rest does not trigger Facade. Otherwise, I used to think about that all the time. Like, what if I just ran Curselax with Facade? And turns out I wasn't the first person in the world to think of that. And they actually, like, Rest does not trigger Facade. Only burns, poisons, and paralyzes trigger Facade.
Darn.
Being asleep does not trigger it, and obviously, if you are frozen, you are not.
I remember doing a set like that with Guts kind of killed her. It wasn't Facade, but just because you would have bulk up, Rest, and like Drain Punch. So if you got Sleep Talk on a Drain Punch, your Guts boost would be active, and you would just be smacking stuff. It was great.
It's definitely a cool idea, but yeah, unfortunately in this scenario it does not work out well. But Regigigas still definitely a huge beneficiary. It's always been a meme, literally completely unusable its whole lifespan, and now it finally has a chance to maybe see a play.
Yeah. Oh, it got Body Slam. Was Body Slam better than Strength?
Oh, actually, yeah, Body Slam definitely better.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. There's your go-to normal move. Paralyze your opponent. Strongest base power move. Actually, that's easily your go-to move. I'm glad you noticed that.
Hey, we found it.
Giratina with Phantom Force, Body Slam, Breaking Flip. Phantom Force, I thought it already got that. What? So wasn't that like its signature move?
It doesn't look like something that could sneak up behind you.
Oh, it had Shadow Force.
Oh.
Which is like just better Phantom Force.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh. Wait, it is just literally a stronger. Oh.
So I guess if you want to run strictly worse moves, maybe Shadow Force is removed from the game. I don't know, but it had Shadow Force. That was its signature move, so that's why I was confused.
He invented that technique.
And then Cresselia with Cosmic Power has gotten a lot of people pretty hyped up.
Yeah, get out of here. I hate this Pokemon. I remember playing against you when you had this piece of garbage.
I will say, I don't think Cosmic Power Cresselia is I think a lot of people are overhyped about that. I think that's not as big a buff as people realize because, like, very few Pokemon were 2-hit KOing Cresselia as is. Like, like, most of the time you're just beating Cresselia by, like, either, like, 2-hit KOing with, like maybe a Wall Breaker, like a super effective Wall Breaker, like a Gengar or something.
Oh.
Or you were killing him by clicking Toxic.
Right.
And I guess Cosmic Power kind of helps against the wall breaking side, but it doesn't help you against the Toxic side. So it's a buff, but maybe not nearly as much as people think it is. Just a 1% increase in power.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Because, yeah, I just think, like, it's not helping you not get Toxic, you know? You're still going to cry yourself to sleep when your Cresselia dies to slow poison death. Guard swap? No, sorry. Power swap, though, may be kind of interesting. I will say, like, I don't talk about those moves a lot, the swap moves. But power swap is kind of cool because your offenses are so crappy, but you do get, like, Calm Mind. So you could, like, power swap away your opponent's power. So they become weaker. You become stronger. You start Calm Minding up. You click those powerful stored powers.
Could
be an option. Yeah. Again, it's like one of those situations where, like, does your opponent have a dark type?
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of that.
Because if you run, like, power swap, Calm Mind, Moonlight, stored power, could be good.
Yeah, not bad.
Uxie might do it better, though.
Yeah.
And finally, we got Darkrai with Phantom Force as well. I don't think...
You're just wasting your turns of sleep at that point.
Yeah, I think you're still going to click Nasty Plot. I mean, like, Darkrai, what it does is it clicks that whatever move it... What's the move that it puts things to sleep with? Dark Void?
I think,
yeah. You're going to click that Dark Void. You're going to click that Dark Pulse. You're going to click that Shadow Ball or something. And you're going to have that Focus Blast, maybe. You're going to have Sludge Bomb for Fairy types.
Wow, it's 50% accurate?
Dark Void got nerfed, dude. This thing is not as good as it used to be.
Oh my god, I thought, what the heck? I thought this was like 100%.
Well, no, the whole thing was like it was like 70 or 80% in Gen 6, and then it got nerfed in Gen 7. And so now it's like not better than Hypnosis. So I don't know why it gets it. Like, it's not a good signature move because it's just Hypnosis but Dark type.
Well, yeah, it's just you can make use of your ability when you put things to sleep.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, does it also get Hypnosis? Yeah, it also gets... Hypnosis is more accurate.
Oh, Dark Void targets multiple things, I guess that's the difference.
Oh. So
you
I guess...
can put the entire enemy...
Right. So if you're in a doubles format that doesn't have Sleep Clause, and you want to put your entire opponent's team to sleep in one fell swoop, I guess that's kind of cool, I guess. And then, wow, you'd get so much recovery from bad dreams then.
Yeah, what the heck?
Or not, you wouldn't lose, but they'd lose so much HP. Like, you'd just, like, chip at everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. That said, nothing that we just said has anything to do with Phantom Force.
Which kind of proves our point, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. So that was Gen 4, guys. This was a little bit of a shorter one.
Yeah, a quicker one.
Exactly. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
The starters got left out, dude.
Who?
The starters.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, actually. What's up with that? Because, like, in every other gen, like, the starters got stuff.
Yeah, what happened to my boy? This is supposed to be Infernape and Polion.
I guess they probably aren't being added.
If they don't,
They're
oh
not
my
getting
God.
added. That's what that
I'm
means.
gonna march.
There's
on
gonna be
to
riots. They left.
If they don't put Infernape in this game,
It's not. It's clearly not.
it better be because they're giving him a Mega and they need to keep him on the bench.
Dude, Gen 9, they're gonna bring back Megas, and I'm gonna be like new Megas, and I'm gonna like finally rejoice. Like all these crappy like Z moves, Gmat Dynamax, my Pokemon just got bigger. Like all that stuff, get it out of here. Like I liked that Megas were like a creative interpretation of old Pokemon. Like I liked that idea a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, rant over. Thanks for watching.
For sure. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video and want to support this channel and you want to click that like button, subscribe, leave a comment below. And also a new thing is if you want to click that notification bell down below, make sure you stay up to date with all our content. You'd be doing me a massive service. And until next time, the two of us will see you guys later. Krakenation and Entei out.